So, when I first started teaching, and I'm not throwing shade against the concept, but I was given a document, and it was what to have in your sand area, what to have in your water area, what to have in your construction area. It was lists of resources. And I think the idea was it was to help improve the provision offering across the city. And actually, I think it did do the job it was meant to do, but it was very uniform. Yeah, just too narrow. It's where is the uniqueness? Where are we reflecting on the beautiful experiences children are bringing? And yet all these schools were provided with the same material. It needs to be personalised a lot more. I mean, if you didn't, if you've not been given that folder, the same could apply to going onto websites and seeing lists, buying books and seeing lists, but also flicking through catalogues and seeing these classrooms already set up in a certain way. This gives us a false impression about what we should have. That shouldn't be how we start sorting resources. Our first start should be, when we're pulling stuff together, I have this term that I call familiar or similar. And it's building on what the children know from home, and you choose resources that have got familiar foundation that you can build a small amount of new learning on every time they use it. So imagine you're a 2-year-old and at home you've seen a wooden spoon. Chances are most 2-year-olds have seen wooden spoons galore. They've held it in the hands, they understand how it works. The skills that they've got about using a spoon, of holding a spoon, scooping with this bit of the spoon, and potentially positioning it somewhere like their mouth, those are skills they've already got. So because they are already familiar with that resource, you could provide this exact resource and they would use it in your provision straight away. They wouldn't be slowed down with exploration, which I'll get to in a moment. But because they've got the knowledge of how to use this resource, they can take the skills from this and apply it to different kinds of spoons and scoops, because all of these work in exactly the same way. I hold it here, I put something here, and I bring it to my mouth. Now, across those 5 spoons, there is a huge amount of opportunities for practitioners to talk about metal and wood and plastic and silver and bronze and bumpy and shiny, and oh my goodness me, the amount of vocabulary you can get from 5 spoons is phenomenal. Imagine that replicated across your entire provision with 5 of everything, 5 of lots of different types of resources. It can be huge, the learning opportunities happening in there. And that, for me, is the most important underpinning principle when you're designing your continuous provision, is we shouldn't have things in continuous provision that are so unusual that we cannot play with them straight away.